G'day, going? Ian Harris from Australia here. Haven't been painting for over a year, so I'm going to try and get one done today. And what I want to do is sort of have a low horizon line. I'll just give you an idea what we're going to have here. So we're going to have a low horizon line, and as I like to do, some sort of choppy cloud effect over the bottom of the horizon line, and then maybe a moon, bit of a glow glaring out of the edge of the moon, sky here, sky there, and then I want some sort of dead trees in front of it and some finer detailed foliage at the bottom, and that'll be it. So something like that. Okay, I hope you can see my easel. I'm doing this in acrylic. I always wet my board first. I should wet my brush a bit too, so it's not bone dry, sucking up paint. Okay, I'll get my... Now I've got my board. I'm going to put a ton of paint on there, this white just to prime the board. Okay, I've primed my board up, and in the paint I've used some retarder for the acrylic paint. It stops it from drying. Now I don't know what colour I want this, if I want it to be dark and moody, or if I want it to be soft and blue like I've done other ones. So I'm just going to hope for the best and to give it like the traditional dark corners, the sky and whatnot. Here's that picture that I drew there. Yeah, so sort of we'll do it in layers. We'll get the sky done first, and then put the moon in. Then we'll put the clouds in front, so everything's in order, and bang, instead of painting around things. Okay, let's get on with the sky, eh? We'll do some of this blue here, which is, I don't know. Right, I'm just going to chop the sky up. Why I do it like that? Because then I can blend all that, because with your sky, a basic, simple sky is marbled. So now we blend this, bringing it into the white areas as well, but keeping those dark areas dark. See what I'm doing there? I'm making something happen with the paint. And when your paint happens, the painting happens. See, I've got deliberate areas of white left in there. Okay? See like that? It's looking choppy. Now, I'll wet my brush and wash it a bit. And then we're going to get a bit of the darker colour and just sort of dab here, wherever. Wipe the brush again. You don't want too much dark, killing the whole thing. And then we're going to blend that, just subtly. Okay. Now we've blended that so far. We're going to get a bit of the darker, something dark in the actual corners, because the way I did that thing there, probably bring it around like this. Just something simple like that. See, now I've got retarder in this acrylic paint, and that helps me to blend. If it wasn't in there, it gets chalky and dry and draggy, and you can't blend it like an oil paint. Because I like painting in acrylic, but I like the acrylic painting to look like a wet oil painting when it's done. And you can get that effect by using your retarder and keeping your paint wet. Because I sprayed with just a normal varnish from the hardware, nothing spectacular, and it gives it that wet look. Now I've got a dry brush, and I'm just getting all this blending. I'm being fussy and just getting rid of the brush stroke, the hair strokes out of it. Because when I put some clouds in there, I don't want to dance around the clouds trying to get this looking even. So this is my first layer. Hey, I don't know, I'll show you that if you can see it. Give you an idea how it's chopping around and whatnot. Right, I've got a fan brush here for the clouds. No, not that one, that's the big hairy one. I don't know, they're all cheap and look at that, broken. Even the dearest of quality brushes break, that's no good. A lot of my brushes, I'm not really fussed where they come from. If they work, they work. There we go. Now I want to get that wet a bit. Now I'm going to do, roughly, I've got to work out, where did I do that little drawing there? I want to get a choppy row of clouds somewhere here because my horizon's down the bottom. So I better wet that a bit so it's spread. And we're going to do a choppy row of clouds somewhere around here. Goodness me. I just load up my fan brush, nothing special. And I'll go from one side and just chippity choppity all the way across the board like that, see? Chippity choppity. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to put my moon in first, because the moon's behind the clouds, isn't it? Alright, that's a mistake, but what we'll do, we'll convert that mistake to some part of the painting, which we'll just blend that in. Blend it in, blend it in. Okay, so you wouldn't even know that was a mistake. Because the bottom of your horizon is normally, so what I can do is normally whiter to get the atmosphere look, the view of the atmosphere. So I'll just do that. And then we'll get our moon in first. Okay, I've got a compass here, so I want to bloody get me moon. Probably, I don't know where we're going to go, how big I want it sort of big. I've just got a compass and I'm going to work out how big, a bit bigger than that. Yeah, that's it, so I'll just get an outline of my moon, like so. You see that, now there is a pencil line there. Because, as I said, we're doing it in layers, so the moon's going to be in front of a glare, like a glare. So I'll put the outline of the moon there now because I want to put that glare and bleed it into my sky. Okay, I'll get back to you when I've done the glare. Okay, I've dabbed around that line now. I've got another brush, not the one I put the white on there with, and I'm just bleeding that back away from the circle of where the moon's going to be. This is just very minor detail, but at the end of the painting, it just all adds up and comes into play. And see, because I put that retarder, it's kept all these paints wet, and I can still blend it like I'm a fantastic oil painter or something. But so we'll just glare that out. Being acrylic, I can blow dry it for the next stage. Okay, we've got our sky, now we've got our darker corners, we've got the glare where the moon is. I've dried that, so that's real dry now. I'll put my compass back on the same line and just draw him around again, because that's roughly the diameter of my moon. And there is a pencil line there. And then what I'll do, I'll paint the moon now. Okay, what I'm painting here now, because I want the moon to have the whitest glare around the very edge of it, sort of like it's eclipsing in front of the sun. So what I'm doing now is that circle I put there, I want a distinctive sharp white line. Because we're working in layers, we'll do that all the way around, then we can put the moon from like here back, the grey colours and whatnot, and then because we're working in layers, it'll allow us to do that. So I'll do this all the way around. Okay, I'll put that's going to be the very sharp edge of the glare of the moon, okay? Now we'll put the moon on. Okay, I don't have a big enough piece of paper, so I've taped two A4s together. Now the compass I left set for the moon circle, I brought it in just a bit and done another circle on here. So by the time we take this on, it's going to be inside that glary spot. So we'll manoeuvre it till we get it right, and we'll just tape him on there like so, okay? Okay, the paper's on there now. I've got my three base colours for the moon. I've got the grey it's going to be, I've got the white to highlight it, and I've darkened some of the grey again. So we just need three basic colours to get any dimension to a subject. Now I've got my trusty little house sponge again. So my base of the moon, I'll wet them a bit so they don't dry, is the grey. So we're going to get him and bring him backwards from that line. Dab him on. So that we want to try and not get any bleeding on the opposite side, otherwise you have to go back and patch it up. This just saves a lot of time tinkering around. Now once you're happy with that edge, the sharp edge, now get the rest of your sponge and just willy-nilly put it any old where, it doesn't matter, then it's just a moon, you know. It doesn't matter if you see directional sponge marks in it, because it's a moon. You can get closer to the edge if you want. Okay, now we're going to put our darker bits in there, and as there's always something in the moon, like some sort of a picture-y thing, like a rabbit sipping a milkshake or something. But anyway, I've got my other colour now, and we're going to sort of just, not too much, that's probably it, you know, just something like that. I'm going to clean my sponge. Okay, I've cleaned my sponge and I'm just sort of blending this now, sort of near the edges in the middle, just randomly, somewhere where I think my arty mind reckons it needs to go. And that's virtually our darker areas. Then I'm going to grab the white, because the moon has a bit of, you know, we'll try and put some just anywhere, I don't know, I'm just doing this as I think it should be. There's no real right way or wrong way. Actually, I did a moon there. I should sort of, if you do something that's good and it works for you, stick to it. See, so there's my moon. Okay. Okay, we don't have to go too much detail of that moon, because don't forget it's going to have a lot of dead trees behind it. And see, with acrylics, you couldn't do this with enamel oils. That's why I like using acrylics. So there's our moon getting there so far. Okay, now we're going to find the horizon line, because it's only going to be a low one somewhere down this area here. So we want our choppy row of clouds in front of it. Now we go back to our choppy row of clouds that we started before, but because you don't want a moon in front of the clouds, it'll be... Okay, just got me fan brush, bombed her up, let the paint, with my acrylic paints, I've added a bit of water to let it flow, and I'm just going to, oh, there we go, another mistake. I've got to dry my moon, otherwise this paint's going to mishy-mash all through there. So let me dry the moon. Okay, that's all dry. Now I can get me fan brush and just quabble along the bottom horizon line, or top of the horizon line, for some clouds. I'll come under the horizon line as well, because you want everything done in layers, so you're bringing something over the next. So I've virtually got the white there. And now what I'll do, get just a little bit of grey in that as well. Maybe a bit darker. Can't quite see it. I want to see it just so it looks like a choppy road. I did another one. Where did I go? Yeah, over there. That worked out alright. Just so as you've got some. There we go. Now I'll quickly blend that so as it looks like a cloud. So there's virtually my choppy row of clouds in front of the moon. Okay? Once the horizon's there, it'll sink the clouds down and give them their purpose in the picture. Okay, I've got the filbert brush now. Mr. Filbert Brush, he's going to put the horizon line down the bottom. It's only going to be a low horizon line. Because don't forget, this is going to have a lot of dead trees in front of it. Just thinking, I might put sink the moon back a bit, just with some very light clouds as well. Just getting my fan brush, just something so, because these are going to be dark silhouetted trees, okay? And as it would be nice to always have lights contrasting with dark, so I want a cloud going over here. Quickly get my dry brush, because these are misty nighttime, sort of dusky, I don't know, just so as that cloud looks like he's back. And probably something right in it, because there's going to be a lot of black trees there, silhouetted. Okay, use any brush you're comfortable with. I'm just going to use my fan brush, start from the pointy end. These trees start from the point so you get the point and then come down to something a bit thicker at the bottom. Okay? I'm going to put 6 or 8. So we'll put some trees in, I'll get back. Okay, so we've got that, and what we want to do now is grab a script brush or a liner brush and just start putting in some branches everywhere. Slowly getting there, getting all these tedious branches in. What I'm doing to breaking it up, because the main cluster is up here, I'm having the odd dead one just sort of hanging down into this light. So we've got a dark branch over the light clouds there. That makes it happy and lovely and beautiful and wonderful. This is just the tedious repetitive of this painting, but at the end of the day, it's got something arty about it, you know. Anyway, I won't bore you with that, I'll get to you when it's finished. Alright, I'm almost done filling in all the branches. I just want to put a few more droopy, droppy ones down. Now, because what we'll do, we'll just highlight some of these main trunks, because where the sun's coming from, we got to, there ain't no sun, this is a moon painting. We're just going to highlight them. Okay, I don't want the white pure white, but you want it very wet. And I'm just going to highlight some of these trunks, just indicating what branches belong to what trunk. Sometimes the thing I like to do with my old dead branches is really tickle the ends, like, because this has got a white light source behind it, so I'll tickle the ends. See, with all these white tips, just instead of it just being all black, you've got some, I don't know what you would call it, I only know how to paint, I don't know all the science behind it, but yeah, just get some, just to break it up and give it something interesting. Okay, you can see what I was meaning about those white tips anyway. So now we're going to get just some short foliage at the bottom of this painting. We'll get the base of it up, and then I'll fine it up with some more detailed brush. Okay, just getting all these finer details in there now at the bottom. Every now and then you can put a bit of a dot and then line them up with you. Just gives it some sort of ground foliage. Okay, that's just finishing off the ground foliage there. Just to how's that? That's just about done, I think. Nothing more I can do to that. I can stuff around with it and spoil it or just leave it as it is. So we've got our ground, our four trees, our choppy row of clouds. We've tried to get everything in order, from the sky to the moon to the clouds to the tree. Okay, hope you like that painting. Goodbye, good luck, good on you, and follow me on YouTube. Oh, just one more thing, as I said, now that's acrylic paint, but I've just gone and sprayed it in a varnish, and the paint wasn't even dry still. You just spray it on there and it keeps it nice and wet. There's nothing better than an artist likes, is something that you can make it all nice and messy, but at the end of the day it's still nice and wet looking. It's the way you want it. Catch you next time.